There we go. Okay. What is your cultural background?
I am area training.
Okay. And what did your home look like?
Home for me is, well, I grew up in Ethiopia, so my parents are from Eritrea, but I grew up in Ethiopia. So home for me was diversity, because I grew up in a culture where there were a lot of languages and a lot of tribes and people from different cultures. So home for me was, even though there were a lot of people from the same, who looked the same as me, who spoke.
Okay, what did your home look like?
Home for me was definitely diverse, even though there were people who looked the same as me, generally spoke the same language. There were still people from different tribes, around 80, so there were a lot of people from different cultures and spoke differently, lived differently, yet we still lived kind of in a peaceful way where we kind of understood each other and kind of, what is the word? Stop.
That's good.
Stop.
That's fine. I can. Okay, and when did you first learn about skin color and the impact that that had on the world?
When we watched TV when we were kids, even though we were, in my culture, there were people who were lighter than me, darker than me, people like different shades. So that was not abnormal, I guess. But when we were watching TV, we mostly saw people who were like lighter skin more on TV than we saw people with darker skin. So generally, even though there were so many people from different shades, lighter skinned people were considered prettier or better and things, and were they generally succeeded in life.
Okay. When did you realize that you were a minority?
When? Actually, when I moved to Abbotsford.
Okay.
Not even Calgary, because I've lived in Calgary for 8 years, but when I moved to Abbotsford, it became more real. I mean, moving to Calgary was definitely a time when I realized I was a minority, but it didn't hit me as much as it did when I moved to Abbotsford. It's just, even though Calgary, because Calgary had so many different type of people. I guess just being in this school and living on campus doesn't help. Maybe if I lived outside of campus that would have helped, but definitely when I moved to Abbotsford.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel Western culture views you and people who look like you?
Especially with what's going on in the media, and especially in the U.S. and with the Black Lives Matter movement. I'm not pretty, less than a human, definitely, because usually men are higher than women, are considered higher than women in the general sense. And then when you're black, it's like white guy, a white woman, black guy, and then a black woman. So I'm like the bottom of everything. So the chance of me getting into a good school, into a good, getting a good job is less than literally anybody else. So that's.
Do you feel like you are represented in Canada through such things as how you're talking about watching TV or trying to buy beauty products for yourself?
No, not really. But I don't want to stop at that, because diversity is definitely starting to be included in media and other things, especially with so many movements happening at this moment. But no, I do not feel represented. It's hard for me to find things that are specifically designed for my hair texture or skin tone and all those things, finding makeup and stuff.
Okay. And how has history affected your view on the majority of Caucasian people?
I don't want to generalize, because I don't think generalizing any culture is a good thing. But at the same time, you said the media? Did you say media?
Pardon me?
Did you say media?
History.
History, sorry.
Yes.
Well, with what has happened with history is, it's just the white man is not seen as a good guy.
It's okay. You can be honest.
Yeah.
It's your opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to offend anyone, but it's just not seen as a,
It's an opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, I don't want to generalize it.
Yeah. Okay. What are common questions or assumptions you get due to the color of your skin?
In terms of like my hair and
Anything.
Um,
What makes you who you are, really? What are assumptions people get before they even hear you talk, really?
Skin tone and all that stuff. Well, generally, people assume that I don't speak English.
Okay.
Or like they try to enunciate things, and I'm like, I can understand you. In terms of like hair, and I feel like this is said so many times, just don't touch a black girl's hair. Or just being asked questions that are funny yet offensive. But I feel like that comes from like not being aware of things, so I don't take that personally. So.
Yeah. Does color affect your attraction to people?
This color? Personally, no.
Okay.
And people I see mostly just character
Okay.
than skin tone. But
Do you worry that people will find you less attractive because of the color of your skin?
less attractive?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't generally see black women with so many like other races. It's usually just black men. So. Yeah.
We're gonna take a break for a second.
Yeah.
Okay. One last marriage kind of question I had here was, how does the belief that interracial marriage is wrong affect you?
That is wrong. Well, there's so much emphasis on the struggle. Generally, interracial marriage or relationships go through. So, because I hear so many bad things, I don't generally try and date someone outside of my culture.
Okay.
Yeah, not because I don't want to, but because there's so many negative things that you hear. You just don't want to go through that. So
Yeah. How has the majority culture, white people, positively affected your life? So that can be friends, mentors, things like that.
Yeah. Definitely, so many people have influenced my life. So many white people have influenced my life. It's not a bad word. When we moved to Calgary, there were a family that highly supported us and everything that I'm very thankful for. That helped my mom in so many ways. So, yeah.
Have you noticed people acting a different way around you?
Yeah. From the way they say hi. Just wanting to sound, I don't know if this is correct, but black. Wanting to sound black. Like, yo, what's up?
Yeah.
Just say hi to me the way you say hi to everybody else. Originally, I feel like they might feel like they're under pressure to say things that are different than they would tell their that makes sense. Let's do this again.
You want to try it again? It wasn't bad, but okay, we can do it again. Have you noticed people acting a different way towards you?
Yes. From the way they say hi, whether it's like, yo, what's up, or wanting to sound black, to the way they just generally like address you.
Okay. Have you ever noticed people looking at you differently?
Yes. Yes. When I changed my hairstyle, they usually look, ask as well. When I put this on, they ask why, and look at me differently, or like double takes, you know. Pretend like they're not looking, but they're looking. Always.
So you're saying you're letting them know that they're not discreet. Okay. Do you feel that you have faced discrimination?
Good question. And we just cut.
Do you feel like you have faced discrimination or racism?
Not in the most obvious way, where like someone spoke to me badly or used racial slurs or anything. But generally, when people say things out of not being educated or not having so much knowledge about race, so it's more of the ignorance than it is the obvious racism that offends me. Which is sad because they don't want to be racist. They're just not educated about race and what other cultures are and everything. So
When people use stereotypes to make small talk, like talking about fried chicken or watermelon or weaves and grape soda, how does that make you feel?
it makes me feel less than who I am because there's so many things you can talk to me about, things that you would talk to other people about, whether it's about school, God, politics, what's going on around you, random things you can talk to me about other than those things. So it just kind of minimizes who I am to those certain things.
Yeah. And how do you feel that that food and hair type has been categorized as for Black people?
It's generally like when you say weave, it's associated with Black people. When you say fried chicken, it's associated with Black people. So again, it minimizes who we are to those specific things, and we were way more than those things, obviously. So.
As well as like white people use those things too.
As well, but somehow we're just
yeah. How do you respond to people doing that though, or saying these things? Is it more of a brush it off, or do you confront it?
I don't. I don't generally confront people, so I try my best to move away from that conversation and go into something else. So if they ask me that question, then I try and answer it as little as possible, and then I just go into a different conversation. Yeah.
Okay. Since being in Canada or even in Abbotsford, where have you felt the most at home and the most accepted?
My church in Calgary. Okay. It is like an Eritrean Ethiopian church, so you see people worshiping the same way you do, talking in the same language and using the same Bible and everything. And then there's times when we do when we gather together and have like tea time, whatever. So I feel more at home there because I see people of same race and same background, and I'm not picked on. I'm not the different one in there. I'm not out of place. I'm just like everyone else, so that makes me feel home.
How do you feel when people question where you're from?
Generally, it's because they're not educated about other cultures. So I don't take it personally. So it's just usually the assumption of where I come from that affects me a lot more than, so for example, if they say, when they associate Ethiopia with famine, that just straight up affects me. That I have a lot to say about, but I don't really care if they assume from anywhere else.
Okay. Do you have a proper way to approach those kind of subjects, or?
Not in the beginning, but I feel like I'm finding a way to approach those things, just because when you're asked those questions a lot more, you find a way to approach them the best way possible, which is just trying to educate people, trying to tell them, no, not everything you see in the media is true. Do some digging.
Okay, and I have 4 more questions for you. Do you have any big issues that you would like to discuss with the, as we've said, unknowing majority? Big issues that you would like to discuss with them, or things, I guess that would be great conversations to be able to have them that are more than where are you from.
Oh, okay. Well, one thing I would like to say to the general population would be just educating yourself and having diversity in your life, diversity in all its forms, because I feel like, especially as a Christian, if you're supposed to go out there and preach the gospel, then you do need to know about other cultures and how other people live. I don't think the gospel is one way. God is discovered in so many different ways, in so many different cultures, in so many different way of lives, that you need to also know other way of lives so that you can go out and preach the gospel. That's just the Christian way. But for the general population, it would just be having diversity in your life is definitely crucial. Yeah.
Okay. So, do you love who you are?
Yes. Not as much when I was little, just because having big lips or like having the stereotypical black features that were not accepted as much, but now you're seeing so many movements that are accepting those things and wanting to embrace those things. So I'm a lot more accepting of myself, and I'm a lot more of like, I don't, yeah.
How do you begin to embrace being a minority and not having somebody around who looks like you all the time?
It's definitely a good way to get out of my comfort zone. It's also good for me to embrace other people's cultures and to get to know how other people live and how to, I guess, address other people. But at the same time, it's a good opportunity for me to let them know how I live and who I am and where I come from and all those things. So it's good both ways.
What is your message to people who haven't embraced being a minority or do not love themselves? For example, you when you were little.
Well, first of all, it's just knowing that God created us in so many different ways, and if God just meant one race to exist, then that would have happened, right? So there's beauty in diversity, and there's beauty in who you are, because I definitely believe that, you know, if God created you that way, whether you're tall, short, you know, whatever skin tone, whatever hair type you have, then you do have to embrace yourself. And I do know that that's not going to happen overnight, so it's just taking the time to get to know yourself and appreciating what God has created. Talking about something important and then take out my mustache to make sure.
I'm recording now.
Oh my god!
I will edit it. I promise.
Oh my god.
Maybe. Okay. What do you want the majority to know about you, your culture, color of skin, and stereotypes? So kind of everything we've already gone over.
What do I want other people to know?
Yeah.
First of all, we cannot be minimized certain things like type of food, hairstyle, I don't know, some things that, you know, you generally typically associate black people with. That's the first thing. So please do not approach black people with those conversations because they're just not, you don't appreciate them. And second is just getting to know other people and talking to them as if you were talking to just anyone